What it do? What it is, y'all? It's your girl, Black Pop, Queen DMV, Queen Capital, Queen Tri-State, top of the capital, top of the Tri-State, the High Priestess, the Holy Trinity, the Prophet, Queen Music, Queen Mode, Gatekeeper, cattiest bitch around. And since we all know I'm the cattiest bitch around, let's get catty. Let's get vain, because that's what people are. And because I'm a woman, it's what we do. We pick at each other's looks because that's all we have. And with it being that it's Black people were right again time, and with it being Black History Month, let's talk about who's pretty and who's ugly. Why? Because as Black people, we created the human race. Everybody knows that. So it's only fair that the first woman of all civilization will always be the judge of that. Yeah. So let's talk about who's pretty, who's ugly, and my request to the Black community. I feel like it's time to have the conversation. You know what I mean? It's time to bring back Team Dark Skin, Team Light Skin, and Team Brown Skin. Why? Yeah, I said, oh, if the light skin girl saying Team Light Skin, that's white supremacy me. It's white supremacy. No, I take that back, because y'all deserve to have something for your self-esteem. So I feel like we need to bring back Team Light Skin, Team Dark Skin, and Team Brown Skin, because so that we can have order in the community, because it's time for things to change. And truly, I understand that when you and someone don't look alike, sometimes people can't help it that they act a certain way. In other words, sometimes light-skinned people can't help but to be light-skinned because that's what they are. They're not going to be able to see certain things. And as the dark-skinned woman, you have to remind them that because you came before them. And one thing I do know that me and Team Light Skin can agree on. Team Light Skin. One thing I know that me and Team Light Skin can agree on is who's pretty, who's ugly. Yeah, that's where we come to a common ground, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to that, and who's just more sexable. You know what I mean? And in order to be a part of this conversation, you have to have your original face. So if you cut your face, unfortunately, you can't be in this, okay? You can't be in the conversation. Sorry, no exceptions, because a lot of women only started feeling a certain way after they got surgery. And the truth is, a lot of pretty bitches got their teeth done and their lips done. Queen DMV face, teeth mine. Face mine, cheekbones mine, lips mine, teeth mine. But I'm gonna give y'all a pass. However, certain women were still pretty before they got their teeth and lips done. But just know that I see you. Lips mine, teeth mine. We still have to have that fine line of being able to see certain things, because sometimes people get too ahead of themselves. See, getting your body done is one thing. Your face says things about you. And it's just true. We have to bring back Team Light Skin, Team Brown Skin, and Team Dark Skin to keep certain people in check, so that we are, the people of those teams are making sure that we stay at a high standard as Black people, because at the end of the day, everybody knows that Black people are the most attractive race. You know this. We created y'all. You know, we taught y'all how to fuck. We taught y'all how to love, what looks nice. We did that. So you just have to accept that, you know? And I feel like it's important to bring back Team Light Skin and Team Dark Skin to help each other stand in blackness. Yeah, because sometimes y'all forget, and if we try to make it seem like we're all the same, this is why things are unfair and may the cream rise to the crop. Because at the end of the day, dark-skinned people, light-skinned people cannot respect you as a dark-skinned person, because if you don't stand up for yourself, that is why. No one can respect people who don't stand up for themselves in a certain way when it comes to that, when it comes to certain things, because it's not about people liking you and wanting them to be on your side. It's about people respecting you. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's very important. And truly, this is gonna be a little hard, but the truth is, sometimes the backdrop of what you are is your skin color. It's just true. This is hard to hear. Sometimes you're pretty because you're dark skinned, and sometimes if you were light skinned, you'd be uglier. It's just true. Sometimes you're pretty because you're dark skinned, and if you were light skinned, you'd still be pretty or even prettier, because it's about the facial symmetry and how it complements, the color complements you. Sometimes y'all faces just don't be complementing, and skin color has to do with that. Yes, it does. I know I can say that. I'm dark skinned. I've seen it all. I'm pretty. And I understand that this is a science to it, and it's more than just ugly. It's like, do I like looking at you? That's what it's about. Do I like looking at you? And these days, social media tries to make everybody pretty. No, you're not. Sometimes you are pretty because you're light skinned. Sometimes you're ugly because you're light skinned. Sometimes you're pretty because you're brown skinned. Sometimes it be like that. It is. If you take a look, it's like, yeah, that motherfucker would be ugly if whatever they are right now, if they were lighter, they'd be pretty. If they were darker, they'd be prettier. If they were lighter, they'd be ugly. If they were darker, they'd be uglier. Sometimes it is like that. And I just really feel like it's time to bring that back, because sex is what Black people gatekeep, and we're getting away from that because it's too much ass kissing going on. And when in reality, white people are the ones who stole from you, Black people. So don't forget that. I feel like you're looking over there too much, and that's why you're getting your face done. Yeah. And that's why I am the captain of Team Dark Skin, president of the Sexy Committee, president of Team Dark Skin, and I would like to elect who will be captain of the president of Team Light Skin, president of Team Brown Skin, because what if you stand in your blackness, you really believe and you care, because it helps you remember. And at the end of the day, all the attention is always going to be on Black people, because we're just better looking than everyone. Everybody knows this. I created the Dominican money. It all comes from me. And when I say someone's ugly, it's just true. You know, no, everybody's not pretty. Sometimes it's not about, help out. Not even help out. It's like, yes, dark skin do have to do more. And sometimes when you don't, it's just what it is. Like, because you're the first woman of all civilization. You have to be the most feminine. And yeah, I really feel like we do have to bring that back, because it brings more of a respect to each other. Because, yeah, we're from the same race, but we're not the same. And it's because you're light skinned and I'm dark skinned and she's brown skinned. And we have to just respect each other when it comes to that. Like, I know it's a hard conversation. It's true. It all comes down to who's pretty, who's not. You know? And once again, to be president of Team Light Skin, to even be in this conversation with Pretty New That, face gotta be yours. You have to have been pretty already before you got your lips plumped and your teeth done. You know, I'm gonna let you pass. Yeah, I know who's really pretty because Team Light Skin, a pretty bitch, a dark skin woman and a pretty light skin woman, we know who's pretty because we're pretty. That's where we agree on. That's just universal. A brown skin woman and a dark skin woman, dark skin, brown skin and light skin can agree on who's pretty when you're just attractive and you're just pretty. And pretty is what you look like. Attractive is what you act like. You know what I mean? Because some people are just cute. Like, you're not pretty. It's like there's nothing about your face that makes me want to keep looking at you. And sometimes being dark skin is a rare quality because that's what makes people want to keep looking at you. It's like, you're dark skin. Wow. And it's not about, oh, you're pretty for a dark skin girl, but certain thing, you know, you have to do a little more. I know it's hard. I know, but only I can say this because I love you. And I'm creating the Dark Skin Survival Guide. You can call Miss Black Pop an activist now. Not only am I an artist, I'm an activist because I care about certain things. And I feel like Black people are really getting away from their blackness and not sticking to what's true, and that we're more attractive. And that's why we have to use our looks and our bodies more. And the world wants us to be that, because when you see an interracial couple, they're cute, they're hot. When it's black on black, they're a sexy couple. Because we taught y'all how to fuck. And it's just true. Yeah, it's true. That's why. So shout out to Team Light Skin. Love y'all. At the end of the day, that's just what keeps the attention on us, on Black people, because it's about us. The world revolves around us. Sorry, it's true. And yeah, what else did I want to say? You know, I just wanted to have a catty conversation. It's just true. Y'all got fame and money and started thinking you was pretty. You weren't pretty all your life, babe. Pretty bitches are happier bitches. Pretty bitches are more feminine. You know, we have a way of being that it's like we've always knew that it was going to come to us that one day. We don't have to do a lot for attention. A lot of times, you know, it is what it is. You knew that it was something about you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who's pretty? Who's not? Who's ugly? Who's botched? Don't forget, that's not your real face. Yeah. So I think that we need to bring back Team Light Skin to keep blackness, for people to keep remembering who they are. We do. It's just true. And moral of the story is, a pretty bitch can see what a pretty bitch sees. Pretty people understand each other. You understand, we have the same problems. You know what I mean? And it all comes down to that, you know? And at the end of the day, the black woman, the black queen is the queen of the bedroom. Everybody knows that. So just respect that. And the truth is, it's not a lot of good looking couples around these days because, you know, people just aren't being true to who they are. Like, and this is why certain things are just like so fucked up in the love game. Like, y'all going for different things, you know. Looks matter, but who you are on the inside matters as well. But yeah, I really feel like it's not a lot of good looking couples, and y'all just don't match. And that's why certain things are hard. Like, good looking people understand good looking people. Sexy people understand sexy people. Yeah. And that's how it is. I can't be friends with a bitch that's not sexual like me. You know, and let's talk about who's a cum guzzling dumpster versus who's a whore ass slut. The truth is, the black woman is a slut ass whore. The white woman is a cum guzzling dumpster, because it's like you have no style, you have no taste. The black woman is present during sex. She has style, she has grace, and it's not to say that it's about style. I'm a slut, I'm a whore. You're a cum guzzling dumpster. You don't take your time, you just do anything, and you want it to be really fast, just so you can say you had him first. The black queen takes her time, because at the end of the day, my pussy's gonna be better because I let him enjoy it. It's a dessert, it's not a chore. For y'all, it's a chore. For me, I like to please you. And everybody knows I'm the real sex educator. I study a man's penis. I just want to understand you more. That's all. You know, y'all not really like that. You don't know how to make sex like fun. Like, it always with the black woman. Everybody knows that. The black queen prevails again. And bring back Team Light Skin. Team Light Skin. Yeah, it all comes out to who's pretty, who's ugly. Bring back Team Brown Skin. Yeah, that's just how I feel. I just feel like talking shit about who's ugly, who's pretty, because y'all be trying to make everything like everybody's so pretty. No, everybody's not. No, some people are just only cute, and if you can handle that conversation, you can be here. I'm the judge of who's that, because I'm the original woman ever. That's why. Okay, what else do I want to say? I just wanted to show y'all how pretty and sexy I am. Right. What else do I want to see? I don't know. And I also feel like even down to your friends, you know, some people don't realize that they choose their friends based on how they look. So like, if you got like an ugly friend, sometimes you choose your friends based on who you are too. Like, if your friend is ugly, that means there's something wrong with you on the inside. And sometimes you choose the dark skin version of yourself. Sometimes you're friends with the light skin version of you, and y'all don't even realize that. I've been realizing certain things because I be seeing stuff, and I'm just a real bitch. We gotta get back to seeing what's in front of us instead of the numbers and the illusion around it. So, who's pretty? Who's botched? Who's ugly? Who's not? Face gotta be yours. If you touched your nose, you can't talk. Sorry, Bookie. And I might bring up some examples sometime soon. Cause I'm dark skinned, I would know. Yeah. So, just wanted to say hi. And just remind the world why you rather enjoy watching two black people fuck, because you want to see what that looks like. You want to hear that. Yeah, I know you want. I know you need it. The world needs that. The world wants to hear me cuss the black man out and tell him all the things that he can do to me. They want to hear that. They want to see that. They want to feel it. You need it, you want it, you gotta have it. So you can know how to be better in bed, okay? So you can learn from mama. Mama! Yeah. And I'm back from a long day. But like I was saying, you know, just because you're ugly doesn't take away from you even being attractive. You know, certain things about people, it's not your face. Sometimes y'all just have to accept that. And I know you want it to be you, but it's not. Okay? Being ugly doesn't take away from you being funny or having a good personality or a good spirit. And in fact, when you work on the inner attributes, it brings out your beauty more instead of being desperate to be seen. And that's the thing, like when you're pretty, you know your time's gonna come. Everyone has a turn. Everyone gets their time, even ugly people. And I feel like that's their problem. They want things to be rushed and they look that way. You know what I mean? Like ugly people, like I understand why you're mad. Ugly ass people are trying to figure out why you're here, and that's why sometimes it be them that be doing the plotting and the planning. And a lot of times people that are pretty, we only get evil when you have to protect yourself from people siphoning off of what they think can come from looking at you or just being around you. You have to protect your beauty. And truly, what black people have over everyone is just that we enjoy sex. We created that. We taught y'all that. You know, that's why we look better than y'all. That's what it is. We know how to feel. And that's all it comes down to. That's why when we wear it, everybody want to wear it. When we do it, everybody wants to do it. When we say it, everybody wants to say it. And that's just the truth, you know. But yeah, I just been thinking about it. It's like, we can't keep trying to make it seem like everybody's just so pretty, because they're not. And to my sexy people out there, never stop believing in your looks. You need to understand that you need to use it. So especially if you have to go alone, because you don't want to be the person who regrets not putting yourself out there in a certain way, because you always knew that you had a look and you didn't want to believe in it, because it can get you in the door, but you have to use it. Sexy people are called to use their bodies, male and female. Oh yeah, another thing, I feel like we need to normalize sex work for both genders and stop being so judgmental, because the economy we're in right now, something's got to give. We all need to be more creative these days. So if you know that's you, may the sexiest person step to the forefront and use your body, because you need to. You don't want to be that old bitter person that regretted not taking a chance on how beautiful they are to use to get things. And ladies, always remember, women fall in love with their hearts, men fall in love with their dicks. And that's why you have to be very thinking about you know, what makes this dick hard. It all comes down to that. You have to be thinking, if I was his dick, well, you know what I mean? That's just all it comes down to. Men fall in love with their dicks. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Oh, we want no. All men want sex. Someone would want a ring. Someone would want a baby. Someone want a business. And at the end of the day, when it comes to men, They can yeah, they fall in love with what they see, but they can only respect you when you're a hard worker, because he can't use his body the way you do. You want to get a man to respect you, you gotta be a hard worker. If you want to get a man to see your intelligence, that takes time. And if you want a man to cherish you, have good sex, you know, because everyone can't get that everywhere. And that's why a lot of people cheat, and you know, because it's a skill that everyone doesn't master, because it wasn't meant for them to, you know, be in charge of in a certain type of way. And that's just what it is. Anyways, what else do I want to say? I'm Queenie Me, you know that. Yeah.